Hello everybody, Dr. Blue here. Today we are talking about the Outlaw Tribe. I was going to cover this tribe when it came out, and I originally planned to do many of these kind of little Shadow of War coverage videos, like a mini news kind of thing, but I honestly feel that pigeonholing my content is not for me. I get bored too easy, and so the only Shadow of War videos following this will be the Blade of Galadriel, the Desolation of Mordor, and perhaps a trailer versus gameplay comparison, because I think I have some really strong points on that video, but let's get into it. Please be aware that these sort of coverage videos won't be avoiding any spoilers, mostly because just playing the game after what happens is a spoiler in itself, and I can't possibly do coverage like this and not have some spoilers. So first off, after playing through the game a little bit, you can see some of the improvements they've made between when I last played the game and now. First off, one thing we've been asking for a very long time is voice lines for Nazgul Tallien, and that has finally happened.
I am your master now. I serve you, Bright Lord.
Definitely a huge bonus, but they also changed his appearance. Now, they didn't give him the headband back like we wanted, but instead they added this ethereal, ragged cape and a hood, which if anything makes him look more Nazgul-esque, because looking back at the old layout, I guess he looked more Gondorian than Nazgul in a way. So I think the cape and the hood is probably an improvement over the headband. And for the missions, it's kind of the same as the Slaughter Tribe. 1 tribal warband per region and 3 duels per region. Obviously last time our main worry was losing our Uruks to the bodies glitch and these outlaw Uruks replacing their own captains, and that does happen still, but I managed to avoid it in terms of the dead bodies glitch. It seems that's been fixed to some extent. I no longer have like 7 bodies on my Gorgoroth fort, but I still have like 3 of them there. And the specialty of the Outlaw Tribe are these bowlers, which are rocks on strings that they throw at enemies' legs to capture them. Sort of like the tracker traps, but they throw these instead and it'll immobilize you for a few seconds. As for how many new assets this tribe adds, there isn't that much actually. I got plenty of Uruks out of the chests, but most were mediocre and there weren't any new assets in them. There's some changes like the helmet with the goggles, and there's a few hair changes and stuff like that. And the way to recognise the Outlaw Tribe Uruks is the spikes on their arms, and sometimes covered by metal plates. This kind of makes it confusing, because sometimes it looks like the Machine Tribe, or sometimes it looks like the Feral Tribe, so it's not really that unique. And there are some assets added, don't get me wrong, but like the best Uruk I found out of all of them was probably the Pretender, which was the tower asset reused into this black paint style. Now the forts themselves are actually the biggest letdown in this one in my opinion. The decorations are really average, they're just this ugly looking metal, and if the air were the same colour, you'd probably be able to mistake this for the Machine Tribe fortress. One thing that has been added however that I like is there's new perks. There are 4 in total mentioned in the patch notes. These 4 new abilities are Tunnel Rat, where orcs can burrow into the ground and summon ghouls. Sniper Shot, which archers can fire from great distances with pinpoint accuracy. They like never miss these shots, which is a really good buff for archers. Tremor, so Ologs now can pound the earth with tremendous force, staggering nearby threats and heavily damaging structures such as walls on forts, making Ologs a very great addition to fort assaults now. And there's Gifts of Treasure, which followers can now bring the players gifts of a treasure orc, providing even more ways to earn gems and Mirian. But I stand by my word that the trackers still need a buff. However, in fairness, there are a hell of a lot of bug fixes in these patch notes. You can definitely tell that the devs are working really hard on fixing the bugs of this game. There's still plenty left, but you can tell they're working on it. I just wish they had done this with the extension release date, and that they had done all this before release. The game, if most of the bugs were ironed out, would have probably got a 10 from me in the end. But is this DLC worth the $12.99? Honestly, not really, considering the Blade of Galadriel DLC is the same price, and I guarantee there's going to be so much more in that DLC than in this disappointing tribe. And honestly, so far, the Slaughter Tribe has been the better of the 2 tribes. The Outlaw Tribe, there wasn't much there, really. There was not many assets added, not a lot at all, really. So that's going to be it for this video. The Blade of Galadriel DLC is going to run in parallel with Mass Effect Andromeda for a little while I do a playthrough of it. I'll probably end up reviewing it, but thanks for lending me your eyeballs, Blue Dudes. I'll see you next time.